It doesn't matter what kind of party or get together you're throwing, a charcuterie board is always an amazing appetizer option. It looks beautiful, there's something for everybody, and it's super easy to put together. Charcuterie literally translates from French to English as deli. Now ask yourself, what's at a deli? Fresh meats, cured meats, dried meats, and cheese. To me, these are the two most important things that every charcuterie board should have. Now, there are so many ways to do this, okay? This one is just my take. But there are some things to consider, like balance of flavor. You should have some sweet, some spicy, some salty, some umami, and definitely the 5 main components, which are meat, cheese, vegetables / fruit, spreads, and crackers. The first thing you need to do, though, is figure out what you want to serve it on, a platter or cutting board. Once you got that made up, we can start moving. Let's talk about meat. I've got an awesome selection of meats that I absolutely love. I've got some prosciutto ham, some sopressata, a little bit of salami, got some summer sausage, and I even have some beef sticks. But don't let that limit you. Please use whatever it is that you love. Maybe some ham, maybe a few other things. Even speck would be awesome. Okay, to start this off, thanks to the grocery store for already kind of fanning these out. We're just going to change the direction and shape a little bit, kind of like little half moons. Put them at one side of the cutting board and the other. Now for the bigger salami piece, you can serve these up a couple ways. Fold them over in half and then just sort of layer them and stack them down the side of a cutting board, or you can take another fold and put that in there so they're little sort of triangles, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to stack them up and fan them out just like this right onto the cutting board. Okay. Now I'm going to work with this prosciutto ham. It is kind of hard to do because it's so fragile and it will rip and tear. It's okay. To avoid anything looking crazy, I just roll them up into little stacks like this and put them up like a little bundle of sticks. Perfect. All right, for the summer sausage, be sure to remove that outside paper. It's like a wax paper, so to speak, and it just keeps it fresh. After you've taken it off, just make thin little slices. Now, I do like to keep a little chunk of it, really just for show. Obviously, no one's going to take that last big piece and take a bite out of it, or maybe they will, but hopefully they don't. And we're just going to fan out those pieces again. It's going to look really, really nice. And then last but not least, I'm just going to put those beef sticks in a little jar. Boom, perfect. Starting to come together, lots of room left to add quite a few more things. And definitely do not limit yourself when it comes to meat. What about mortadella or ham or pepperoni? Get creative, have some fun. Buy the things that you love to eat. Put them on your charcuterie board. Now for the cheese. This part is my favorite because I just love to pick and eat cheeses while I'm doing this. I've got some brie, blue, a little bit of fontina, cheddar, lots of good combination of soft, medium hard, and hard cheeses, and even a spreadable one like brie. Love the combination. Speaking of brie, it's kind of a nice centerpiece. It's a pretty round piece. It's going to be awesome right there. And because I like to show that it is a spreadable cheese, I take a little chunk out and make sure I put a knife or a little cheese knife in there. Let everyone know, hey, this is spreadable. And for the fontina, I'm just going to cut little rectangles, okay? You can cut them into squares however you want. Again, this is all about you, my friends, and what you're serving up to your guests. Once they are sliced into little rectangles, just going to fan them out, put them on one side of the salami and the other side of the summer sausage. It doesn't have to be so perfect like this, just sort of kind of taught that way. And because our Asiago are already nice little triangles, I'm just going to keep slicing that through and keep those little shapes. And similar to our fontina, I'm going to put some on one side of the cutting board, on the other side of the salami, and the same thing at the far end. Keep it nice and symmetrical, but who knows? We may be moving some things around. And for the cheddar, I've got a really nice aged cheddar. I will say this, when it comes to working with really aged cheddars, if you cut them into really small pieces, they may start to break down a little bit. Totally fine. Don't stress out. We're still going to make it look beautiful. I'm going to cut these into little medium dices. I want some nice bite-sized pieces here. And we're going to take a good handful and put it right over on our charcuterie board. Yep, already got to start moving some stuff. Let's pull back our sopressata and put a few handfuls there. Now, a little secret, Don't put all the cheese out. Save a little to the side, keep it wrapped up, because you want to replenish your charcuterie board throughout the night. Keep it going and keep it nice and full. Now for the blue cheese. I'm going to cut off a little wedge at the top, just like this. And for the other bigger piece, what I'm going to do is just crumble it up. You want these to be little pieces. Blue cheese is incredibly strong in flavor, and no one likes a huge chunk, I'm telling you. So nice little bite-sized pieces, maybe little 1/4 to 1/2 inch chunks, that's it. And to set that up, we're going to put that little block wedge right there, and then apply all the crumbles just right in front of it. And remember, keep some to the side so you can replenish all throughout the night when you're serving up this charcuterie board. And it doesn't stop there. What about Gouda or Havarti or Feta? See, the options are endless. Just because I like a combination of soft, hard, and spreadable cheeses, you can pick whatever you want. What's your favorite cheeses? Put them on there. Okay, now for the veg and fruit. So much good stuff here, and you can have a field day with whatever you like. Fresh, salted, cured, pickled, brined, you name it. All are acceptable. I've got some pears, I've got some grapes, some dried fruits even. Got lots of canned little vegetables, lots of brined goodies here. When it comes to plating this up, it's really about finding room. The most important things are on there with the cheese and meat. So adding all the fruit and veg is about making room, pushing some things around. I like to keep some things symmetrical, like I was telling you before, some on one side, the exact same thing on the other, or a like piece on the other. Had to move the cheese around. There wasn't enough room, so I stacked up our Asiago and just doubled it up on the one side. Totally fine. Got some caper berries, some cornichones, grapes, dried plums, you name it. It is starting to come together, my friends. Still plenty of room, though. We've got some spreads and some crackers coming up right around the corner. For me, when it comes to fruit, it's all about seasonality. Because berries aren't in season in those winter and fall months, they shouldn't really be on the charcuterie board if you're serving it up during those time periods. Think about your apples or pears or persimmons, all those great winter fruits you can put on there. Save the berries for your summer charcuterie board. For vegetables, personally, I just like a combination of salty and fresh. You can pick what you want. Okay, now for the spreads. I've got a fig and orange spread. It's got a little tart in there from the citrus. You could do a tart cherry spread or even a citrus spread to get some nice good tart flavors in there. I know I said tart like 10 times. Now for some mustard, a little bit of spice. I like whole grain mustard. You could get a spicy mustard in there as well. And then last but not least, for some sweetness, got a little bit of honey. This is just to help round off some of those salty and spicy flavors on your cracker. Now the spreads are definitely optional as well, but I do like thinking of the balance of flavors. So I like a good spice, like a good mustard. I like tart, maybe found in a jam, or sweetness found in honey or another fruit spread. This is just me. Again, totally up to you. Okay, last but not least, crackers. My only really train of thought here is shape and size and different flours. I've got a wafer, a butter cracker, and an artisan rye cracker. So now it's time to scoot everything in and make even more room. Add your crackers all around the outside. Keep all of your show pieces in the center. The crackers aren't any special highlight, but all those meats, those cheeses, those fruits, that's what we want to do. You may need to lift some things up, tuck the crackers underneath, make sure there's no cracked crackers, keep it nice and fresh. And then here's a little trick bonus. Maybe it's a sixth component. I'm going to add some nuts wherever there's any little gaps around the cheeses, just to help fill it in, to make it look really full. Got some almonds, got some of those spicy pistachios. Going to be perfect on this. It is looking gorgeous, my friends. Crackers are, well, I'm not even really sure, honestly, other than what I offered up as options. I mean, you can definitely choose whatever crackers you want. But even understanding the fundamental basics of flavors and putting all those things together in one board so that when you take a mouthful, you can get sweet and spicy and salty, all those flavors together. Putting those things into practice to help elevate your everyday cooking. I'm telling you, this charcuterie board is a win no matter what time of year it is. Let's have one more look at this beauty. Absolutely amazing. And do not forget to add spoons and knives so people can pick this up with ease, maybe even some tongs. This is incredible and it is a fan favorite. Let's for sure get in this.